Welcome back to Records, and we're going to get right into it. And right now we've pulled out who do we think we are by Deep Purple. This is the album that came out after their big hit Machine Head, which had their classic Smoke on the Water and other good songs on it. This was the following year and has the very well-known Woman from Tokyo played on the radio very frequently. And the song that I had wound up on a party tape back in college days, Rat Bat Blue. I don't know the album very well, don't have it for no particular reason. It's good though, I would get it if I were you. Spider Blues. Never heard of it, don't know anything about this. What can you say about this? Actually, I know who this is. This is a folk artist who was a part of a trio, if I am not mistaken. And actually, I have a compilation on Elektra Records, a big folk album company, which has that trio's track on it. I'd be very curious to hear this because I have a lot of folk records and I like them actually. I would say this would probably be good. Blues, yeah, blues folk. I guess you might go into that category. Leslie West Mountain. I have this one. This is his first solo album from 1969. Very, very good album. A lot of good rock songs on it. And has the mountain sound because it's basically mountain. Because it has Felix Pappalardi and Henry Smart, the drummer. Felix Pappalardi, of course, having left us some time ago, courtesy of his wife, who shot him in the head. The great Gail Collins, who was a great songwriter, actually. So she's free and about, hopefully doing something constructive. There you go. And Todd Rundgren, Something Anything. This was a sort of pinnacle solo album, having been in the Nas, a great rock group in the 60s, and then having put out many solo albums from the 70s on. And this was from 72, has lots of good songs on it. And of course, I think has his big hit on it, Hello It's Me, which was a Nas song redone by him and his cohorts at this time. Never was much of my favorite songs, but some other great ones on there. Here we have Stick It by Buddy Rich. Buddy Rich, of course, great drummer. Don't know this album, don't know that I've ever seen this album, but it looks pretty cool actually. And it says Buddy Rich is a veritable Watusi on the back. So I think that's a good indication there. Plays a Paul McCartney song, Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Plays another one, Beatles, something I guess. Who's on this? I don't think the names, a couple of possibilities. Anyway, would be interesting perhaps to hear that. What have we here? The Blues Brothers. This was very, very big in 78 or so. With that movie, which I never really saw, I don't think. Interesting. I never really got too into the Blues Brothers concept or the whole bit of it, but I'd give it a pass at least. Here's an all-timer. This gets way more than a pass. This would be like one of the records, as a book I have, so states, that you would play for your friends who ask you the proverbial question, so what is this psychedelic music I keep hearing about? One of the top shelf San Francisco groups, really fantastic album. What more can you say? If you haven't heard this, it's a must. Okay, Canned Heat. This is, I've heard parts of this album. KingandQueen, great group. Three of the guys are now dead, unfortunately. The main three, of course, as is always the case, right? And they teamed up with John Lee Hooker on this, I believe, right here, Hooker and Heat. Sometime around 71 or so, I believe this is. They were a really good group. KingandQueen was a good group. Pigeonholed a little bit, but they were good. And here we have the Fever Tree. Fever Tree, a Texas group. This is from '68. The big hit on this, of course, is where is it? San Francisco Girls, Return of the Native. A very good song. Good album, actually. They were to put out 2 or 3 additional albums. 1 or 2 of them on the same label, and then they switched. Not an all-time group, but this is a good album. It's a good 60s album. Otis Redding, Carla Thomas. Haven't heard this. Think I've seen it. I know I must have seen it, but I don't recall, perhaps. Don't know much about Carla Thomas. Otis Redding is really good. Of course, he seems to be kind of angelicized almost. His death was tragic. That's why, I suppose. Although he's also a good singer. I don't know much about this, I'll admit it. And there we go.